What is up, YouTube? With the franchise guy country with another episode. MLB The Show 19, Road to Show featuring chance with his stat line 370, 55, and 135. Jeez, we are a monster. And I know you guys were wondering, well, how does my guy have such high stats? Well, us how on the same thing. I didn't realize this till later. Probably that was episode 30, so probably not until like episode 38. I didn't realize why my stats were so high. Because my guy went into pure power. So he already had a high stat boost for power. Well, then a lot of the equipment I have on has plus to power. So we have a plus 17 right now on our power. So we're sitting at like 97 power righty, and we're sitting at like 89, 95 range power lefty. So it's a pretty big gap right there about how much power we have. Like we hit for power. That's what we do. We hit a lot of home runs. But right now we're on pace to hit over 60 home runs. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to hit 60 home runs. Can we hit 60 home runs to end the series? We have 3 series left to do it. Can we hit 60 home runs? I mean, we have one already. Start this episode off. We have a home run against the Braves, so always want to beat the Braves. Not too good right there, but hey, it's trying. But next game though, bottom of the first, 2 out, 1 man on, and guess what Chance Bishop does? Hits another bomb. He is ready to hit 60 home runs. He has 57 so far on the season. We still have, what, 2 minutes of this episode? We still have like 18 minutes of episode left, roughly. 17, I don't know. We have a lot of episode left, so can we hit 3 more home runs in the amount of time left in this episode? I mean, Chance Bishop has just blown up on the stage right now. The fact that he was, what, a 6th round draft pick? Oh, that you can't have a 6th round draft pick let it be this good go to you, you know? They thought, oh, well, maybe he'll be some, like, organizational depth right there. Maybe he'll be a 40-man roster in play. Maybe he'll be a platoon play. Maybe we'll throw him in the outfield. Something like that. Something that we don't usually do. It's like, oh, we have Maikel Franco on the team. We don't need Chance Bishop. We don't need him to play at first. We have Rhys Hoskins. It's like we're going to stick him in left field or right field. That's what we did to Rhys Hoskins last year. It's not going to work out. I mean, you're not going to move me on the interior. I'm too slow for that. Maybe throw you behind the plate at most. If you want to really try, we hit our 58th home run of the season right here. Still against the Braves. Like, we're just not being nice to this Braves team right now. But yeah, the man who was pretty much drafted to be organizational depth right here is making a name for himself. And I'm pretty sure he's already made a name for himself. He's the reigning Rookie of the Year. He's going to be MVP this year, hands down. I'm sorry, there's no Charlie Blackmon hitting 73 home runs. But I do want to let you guys know another thing I had to find out till more recently. The year JD Martinez won MVP in this Road to the Show, which was the year we were in Double and Triple A, he hit 73 home runs. Yeah, 73. I was going through that, just like wondering what like some of these players' stat lines were, like what their home runs were for like top power hitters. Yeah, JD Martinez just casually hit 70 home runs in the first season of this, and 2019. But yeah, in 2021, Bishop, probably not going to hit 70 home runs. It'd be a little absurd. But he's up there with home runs. He's definitely going to hit at least 60. I mean, that's the name of the game right there. 60 home runs. That's what we want to do. That's what the fans want us to do. We already have the all-time Phillies record. Phillies record all-time was 58 home runs set by Ryan Howard in 2006 or 7. But now at 59, I mean, that's at 58 technically. It was or no, 59, yeah, because 58 was the old record. At 59, that's the new record. We're the single-season home run record for Phillies right there. Oh boy, look at hit 60 so bad. We swing out a slider down on our ankles. Cut so far inside, we just didn't know what to do with it. That's how bad it was. But in the field now, top of the second, Bishop showing some range on him right now. Look at that. Throws onto first base. Like, look at us go. I've also done some thinking, too. That I've seen some comments on some other YouTube channels about the teams they pick and all that stuff and yada yada. And I know my Eagles, my career, I was only with the Eagles the entire time. And I know for um, my 2K career, I wasn't with the Philly team. I was with Toronto, and then I kind of bounced around a little bit, and now I'm currently with Boston in it. But I'm just want to let you guys know that I'm not always gonna be with the Phillies, and this I just kind of had to mull that over for myself. That do I want to be a lifetime Philly player for the entirety of this, my career, road to the show, or I want to kind of go see other places. I'm leaning more towards seeing other places. I'm gonna play my 6 years here. I'm not gonna demand a trade or anything. I'm gonna play my time here, and I'm going to move on respectively when the time's done. We're gonna pull a straight Bryce Harper pretty much, and we're gonna move on with our contracts up. So that's what I'm more leaning towards right now. I mean, this all could change. Maybe win 6 straight World Series, have the greatest team ever. And just, I don't know. I just want to let you guys know some things I do have plans for this future with Chance Bishop and the Phillies. That he might always be in Philly. He might, go to New York. He's not gonna. He might go to the AL New York team. There's one thing I would never do. I never sign with a National League East team that's not the Phillies. I'm a Phillies fan, hands down. I would never sign with a team that is not the Phillies National League East. Um, Jason Worth won the World Series in '08 with the Phillies. Was with the Phillies in 2009. Left in 2000. Was it 11, 10, 11? I can't remember exactly what year. What year did we get Cliff Lee back? We got Cliff Lee back in 2011. We got Cliff Lee back, I believe. Yeah, because 9 we had Lee, 10 we had Halliday, 11 we had both. So we lost Jason Worth in 2011. Went to the Nationals, had a 7-year contract, bunch of money. Good for Jason Worth. He got his big paycheck. Well, when the Nationals contract was up and he was getting offers from teams, the Mets came to him and said, "Hey, you want to play for the team? Play for the Mets?" And he was like, "No, no, I'm not going to play for the Mets. I'll play for any team, not the Mets." And that really hit home with Philly fans right there, that Jason Worth would not play for the Mets. He ended up playing for the Mariners minor league system for a little bit before retiring midway through the season. But the amount of respect someone has to not go to a division rival, even though to pass up a paycheck, that means a lot to some people. It meant a lot to Philly. And he saw him what happened when he came back for the 10-year anniversary of the 2008 World Series. Guess what? He was meant the standing ovation. Everyone thought, oh, well, they're inviting him and he's gonna get booed and no one's gonna want him there and this and that and the other and Philly is so hateful and all that. Well, Jason Worth's name was announced. Jason Worth got a standing ovation. You know, Jason Worth was a Philly. Were people upset with him when he left to go to the division rival Washington Nationals? Yeah. Were they upset that he went there? Yeah. But were they more upset was the reason what he said? That, he was talking down about the city. He was talking bad about the fans and that he was, that's why he left. But that's what Phillies fans didn't like about him leaving was that he made comments about it. When Joe Blanton was on the Nationals and after he left the Phillies and he made his first return back to Philly with the Nationals, he got a standing ovation because he was part of that 2008 World Series run. And in the same game in his final at bat, Jason Worth stood at the plate and tried to tip his cap to Philadelphia to a hail of boos. And everyone's kind of thought, oh, why didn't Joe Blanton get booed? So, of course, Joe Blanton never said anything. Joe Blanton never said a word, ever. You look at the old interviews where it's Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay, Cole Hamels, Roy Oswalt, and Joe Blanton. there is not one question directed towards Joe Bland. Joe Bland was the forgotten fifth starter on that rotation. No one paid mind to him. They're talking about home runs. This one this one strikes home to me the most. It's the first year that all four of them are together, the entire year. So it's 2012, I think. Please, just 2012 or 2013, one or the other. All four of them are together for opening day, and they're talking about, oh, who's gonna hit their first career home run? Because then you guys have hit home runs before. And Joe Bland's sitting there, all the way off to the side, and he said, "Hey, I have a home run. I already hit a home run in the World Series, 2008. Or it was like 2009 maybe. I don't know. He hit a home run though, and everyone forgot about it. And everyone's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot," and he just kind of laughed it off. That's always what it was like with Joe Bland. Joe Bland never said a word. He never badmouthed anybody. He never did anything. That's who Joe Bland was. He was quiet. He kept to himself, and Philly took to that. You know. But when you get guys who leave Philly and they complain about the fans, like the 6 people who've ever left Philly and not liked Philly, I mean, those guys are gonna complain and they're not gonna like you. I mean, it's just how it is sometimes with Philly. You have to be that right person that's gonna come to Philly. That's gonna have a career year. They're gonna have a breakout year. They're gonna be loved by the fans forever. Like what team would have not loved to have half the players the Phillies have had over the years? Have they always been the best team? No, no, they have not. But guess what? A lot of the players who have been in Philly, that played for the Phillies, every team probably would have loved to have at some point in their career. What team would not love to have a Rhys Hoskins or an Aaron Nola or a Bryce Harper? It's like, oh, Bryce Harper's overpaid. It's like, all right, cool. It's a $5 billion industry. You saying he doesn't deserve $300 million? It's set up where he's making less a year than Jake Arrieta's making. Do you guys know that? Bryce Harper's contract this year, as we hit our 100th career home run right here, is only like $15 million. It's like 13, 15 million this year. The next 4 or 5 years is like 24 million. Then it goes up to 26. It's such a well-structured contract. It's absurd how well-structured this contract is. But everyone gets on, it's like, oh, they're overpaying for him. It's like, but they're really not, though. You're saying a player of Bryce Harper's caliber is not worth 24 million a year? If the Phillies are paying Jake Arrieta, someone who's 8-8 with a almost 4 ERA, 25 million, you're saying Bryce Harper, who has 35, 40 home run power, the ability to hit 100 plus RBIs, bat 275 to 300, you're saying he's not worth 24 million? I mean, he's definitely worth that money. But everyone wants to talk about, oh, well, he's 300. No one wants to talk about the year breakdown. They want to talk about the 330, that he's not worth 330. He's only worth this, or he's only worth that with his production rating. It's like, well, he's not being paid $330 million over 1 year. He's being paid $330 million over 13 years. Where it breaks down where he's being paid less than $30 million a year if he just got the same flat rate. He had a no trade clause. So when Bryce Harper, hits his 500th career home run, or he hits, 600 career home runs or 500 career home runs, whatever he does when he retires, guess what? He's going to retire as a Philly. Hands down, he will retire as a Philly. He has a no trade clause built in because he wants to be in Philly. If they transition him to third base or first base or whatever they do with him, even if they put a DH in the National League, Bryce Harper is instantly more valuable because of that. You put Bryce Harper at DH, guess what? You opened up a spot for an athletic outfielder. Transition him to first base, you move Rhys Hoskins to DH. Stuff like that. Philly has such great players, and Chance Bishop's just one of those great players that played in Philly so far. He's the envy of the league right now. No team is not kicking themselves harder for not drafting Chance Bishop. How can you not? how can you not be against yourself for missing on a generational talent like this? You got Mike Trout, you got, Francisco Lindor, and you got Jose Barrios and Aaron Judge and Stanton and all these guys who can hit, a bunch of bombs. But guess what? They don't do it from both sides of the plate. They don't play the infield. And, I mean, yes, Lindor is switch hitting, and yes, he is also a shortstop. But he hasn't hit 40 home runs. He doesn't have 40 home run power. He doesn't have a 800 gloving percentage. No. He's a lot better fielder than Chance Bishop is. And guess what? Chance Bishop acknowledged that he's not the greatest fielder. But he makes up for that with his bat. If he ever decides he wants to get a hit this episode, as we get a home run right there, as soon as I say that. As soon as I talk bad about Chance Bishop and his inability to hit this game, he hits a home run. It's a little too late, probably. But hey, it's our 4th of the season, that say right there? Geez, we're aiming for 60. We got a couple extra this episode. What's that? 7 home runs so far this episode, 9 games, 7 home runs. I mean, some pretty bad pitching, by the way, but that is besides the point right there. Yeah, take a look at this home run. This is just a 450 dead center. Absolute disrespect of the pitcher, his family, his girlfriend, his mom, his entire bloodline. His great-grandmother was disowning him right now for how bad that pitch was. But look at that. Oh, my Lord. It's 7-3 now. We have batted around. But end episode, guess what? We've won the Triple Crown, guys. We won the Silver Slugger. We won the MVP. And we also won the Hank Aaron Award. Way to go, Chance Bishop. Look at that. 386, 64, 155 RBIs. Jeez. That is a monster year for Chance Bishop. Silver Slugger. Doolittle with the reliever of the year. Dexter Scott, rookie of the year. Not just a computer runner player. Bishop, Hank Aaron. Gossman's a Gold Glover. Lucroy's a Gold Glover. Freeman's a Gold Glover. Albies a Gold Glover. Rendon's a Gold Glover. Seager, Acuna, Herrera, Bellinger. Geez, a lot of Braves right now. Not like all these Braves. Need more Phillies. But yeah. I don't think there's enough Phillies in all these awards. You got just all these Braves. Why are the Braves so good for some reason? Yelich only hit 26 runs. Not the greatest season for Yelich. JD right now has won the past 3 MVP awards. They had 2019. Hit 73 home runs right there. Bit of a landslide. Craig Kimbrell, reliever of the year. Nolan Jones, rookie of the year. Trout. Jake Junis. That's very low, say, fielding. 19 putouts on 15 assists. Pretty low, especially for a pitcher. I'm pretty sure some pitchers get more than that. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to say so, check us down below. Thanks, YouTube. Peace out. Rock on. Have a lovely day.